If you want to be a successful merchant, you got to really accept ACH deposits too. So you can't just say, I want to take credit card payments, debit card payments. ACH deposit can really help you in terms of boosting your revenue as well. So, in today's conversation, I want to explain to you what an ACH deposit is and how it works. Okay. So, here's an overview. When you think about ACH payments, I want you to think about a very convenient way for business owners, for entrepreneurs, for merchants like you and me to actually have direct deposits, but most importantly, to have automation in terms of payments. Okay, and the thing is that if you're using banking, but let's just say automated banking, you want to pay attention to ACH deposits big time. Okay, so one thing I want you to really understand here is that most small business owners and employers are really turning to ACH payments instead of paper check payments because of the ease of use, right? And you also have instant access to funds. Okay, you don't have to wait 3 days or 4 days as we did 20 years ago to actually get access to your cash. Okay, so cash is available right away, or let's just say almost right away. Now, the thing here is that when you think about ACH deposits, you have to really understand ACH deposits, or let's just say ACH payments, usually consist of low value payments and come in various forms, including mortgage payments, online bill payments, recurring payments, such as subscriptions. Like if you have a Netflix subscription, you can actually have a ACH deposits, direct deposits like from payroll, and you have money transfers. So the ACH network actually is consistently growing. So more businesses are moving toward recurrent billing and direct deposits with their funds, right? So the cool thing is, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner, you have to think about ACH deposits. Now, currently, Automated Clearinghouse makes over 1 billion direct payments. By the way, Automated Clearinghouse, that's ACH. So when I say direct payments, I'm speaking about B2B and P2P payments, charity donations, direct deposits, tuition and debt payments. You have Social Security, utility bills, and the list goes on and on. Government benefits such as Social Security payments, and you have subscription services like the one you send to Netflix or Hulu or Disney or whatever. If you think about ACH deposits, you actually have some benefits that you can really derive from the whole process, especially if you set it up correctly, right? So many employers and entrepreneurs and business owners choose ACH payments because they are more convenient than most deposits and transactions. And ACH transfers don't come with high fees and transactions too. So basically, your cost as a business owner, if you were to go the ACH deposit route, your cost will be lower than if you were to do wire transfers, for instance. Okay, and ACH deposits are easily edited if an employer or a business owner or let's just say a payer wants to adjust payroll, extend bonuses, or reimburse an employee, among other things. So when a business owner chooses ACH debits, they don't have to fill out paperwork for every payment, change, or adjustments to their business. So you kind of have this stability. You have this efficiency. You have this automation. So this is kind of cool. Okay, so you don't have to fill out paperwork for every change or every payment. Instead, everything is a click away. Most ACH deposits are completed within 1 to 3 business days. Employers can also opt for same day ACH transfers for the quickest bank to bank transactions. So you have a pretty efficient network. So while some direct deposits apps such as Zelle, Venmo, and PayPal charge the users for same day transactions and deposits, the automated clearinghouse eliminates the middleman and encourages ease in banking, right? So the ACH network is actually instilling, or at least helping business owners or or let's just say economic participants actually ease the banking process. Now, that being said, ACH deposits are not completely free, though they are much more affordable than other wire transfers and credit card processing fees. So the average ACH payment is about $0.29, while other direct deposits cost about $25 per payment. So you can see the delta right there. It's a huge delta. So ACH deposits create an easy banking experience for business owners, merchants, but also individuals. So if you're listening to me right now, you're thinking about what is an ACH deposit and how does it work? Let me just explain to you how to set up an ACH deposits this year. Okay, nearly any business owner can set up an ACH deposit. If you listen to me, it isn't really complicated at all. Okay, and it doesn't matter the sector you're in. It doesn't matter your niche. It doesn't matter whether you have an online business or a brick and mortar business. Okay, while it may take a few steps and require information from both the payer and the payee's bank account, once an ACH deposit is created, business owners don't have to worry about recurring payments or even processing their employer's information every payday. And this is not just for payroll. You can have it also for other sectors of the economy. Okay, so the process of creating an ACH deposit account is not complicated. Okay, let me just explain to you. There are actually four manageable steps that you can follow this year if you want to set up an ACH deposit. So the first step is authorization. So if you want to set up an ACH payment, if you are the payer, you need to gather your some details, right? So if this is for payroll, for instance, you got to have the employee's name, bank account number, routing or ABA number, account type, and transaction amount. Okay. Now, while employers, if I'm speaking about payroll, while employers cannot batch ACH direct deposits, they can set up recurring payment methods within their automated clearinghouse. Okay. So gathering all of this info sounds overwhelming, but your bank account will likely provide a form that you can send to your employees to receive most of that information. And if you are using ACH payments in a B2B context, you can send your business client a link to the form, right? So this is pretty straightforward. So step number one, authorization. Step number two, transaction initiation. So once your client fills out the form, they'll either send it to the ACH provider or the ODFI, which stands for Originating Depository Financial Institution. This financial institution delivers the automated clearinghouse entries to the ACH operator. Step number three, you want to complete the payment request. So the ODFI and ACH network will send the requests from the business's checking account to the individual's account, also known as the RDFI or Receiving Depository Financial Institution. And step number four, and this is the last step, you have payment processing. So once the RDFI approves the funds amount, the direct payment will be processed. And the entire process takes about 1 to 3 days because it involves multiple ACH networks. Okay. So after an ACH direct deposit is created, you might actually run into a few issues. So while ACH payments are automated, they're not instant. This is important. A lot of folks believe that you have a sense of immediacy. No, they're not instant. ACH direct deposit usually takes 2 to 3 business days to clear instead of automatically transferring in real time. So this is why it's a good idea to send your payments out 3 days in advance just in case. Okay. This means if you're using ACH to pay your staff, send these payments out 3 days before payroll to ensure your employees get paid on time. Let me talk to you about the differences between ACH payments and other payment methods because you probably hear a lot of payment methods in the economy. Like if you, whether you're receiving funds or you're sending funds, you're going to have access to a lot of payment methods. Okay. So although ACH payments are quickly becoming, let's say, the preferred payment options for businesses, you have other ways too. Okay. And so, first of all, you have ACH transactions versus wire transactions. So, many business owners prefer to actually pay their employees through wire transactions because these transactions go directly from bank to bank instead of through third-party services. So you have a certain element of control over there, right? And wire transactions are also faster, usually taking minutes compared to the several business days that you have with other payment methods, right? However, wire transfers are not as versatile as ACH payments. As a business owner, you cannot set up recurrent or automated payments on wire transfers. So if you are looking for a solution to set up any small recurring payments, automated clearinghouse will create a streamlined option for your business, especially if you are doing this on a recurring basis and you know the amounts are not really that big, okay? So that's for wire transactions. What about ACH transfers versus credit card and debit card transactions? Now, ACH transfers are often a better choice than debit or credit card transactions. Why? Because these transactions usually often take out a higher percentage of every deposit and often add up over time. Because if you think about credit card or debit card transactions, if your client is charging $100, you probably are getting $95. That's a lot of cash. That's 5%. Okay, and this is just a very generous estimate. It can go even higher if you add other costs. Okay, not to mention ACH transfers come in the form of debit and credit as well. Okay, so this is something to really think about from a flexibility point of view. Let me talk about the pros and cons of ACH payments. I first want to talk about the pros. So ACH deposits and payments are very simple to implement. So this user friendliness, this simplicity is really key. And ACH payments are also often a lower cost option. They're cheaper. Okay. So when I say they are simple to implement, basically automated clearinghouse accounts make direct payments easier and are more accessible than ever. If you're a small business owner who is wearing many hats and juggling several forms of payments throughout the year, setting up ACH payments make the process move smoothly. In general, if you're paying people out of a business account, ACH payments take the pressure and complications out of the equation and allow you actually to run your business without interruptions or complications. And that's kind of cool because, listen, you have other stuff to do. I mean, you don't have time to really worry about the banking bureaucracy. And I think I've already told you about the fact that basically it's a cheaper option, right, than other payment methods. And also, you do have robust payment security. So ACH transactions are also more secure than any other B2B payment method. So due to the automated and strictly bank-to-bank payment method that ACH payments require, they are often ranked as one of the most secure and fraud-proof payments when it comes to the payment forms. Okay, and the clearinghouse's automated clearinghouse pass-through are under strict regulations. So you can see that those are pretty strong pros. What about the cons? Well, the main drawback of ACH of the ACH deposit is that it's not ideal if you are transacting outside of the ACH network. Okay, so basically, if your business is interacting with businesses outside the ACH network, this could be really complicated. Okay, and one could use that opportunity to help grow other business models and payment practices, but it's one of those things where you have to understand that if your goal is to pay your stakeholders faster, you have to be within the ACH network. Okay, and one thing I want to say is that if you do hit this roadblock after moving your billing to an ACH network, there are several alternative payment methods you can still use. They are not in the ACH network. It's just a little more convoluted, but they're there. So let me give you a few extras here. So one thing you need to understand here is that whether or not you've heard of ACH payments before, you've likely benefited from them. Okay, so automated payments, utility bills, and direct deposits from small businesses are all examples of automated clearinghouse. See, the whole thing is that when you think about automated clearinghouse transactions, ACH transactions, I want you to think about the word automation. I want you to think about the word immediacy. I want you to think about the word instant transfers. Okay, of course, this is not happening like within minutes, but you do have some kind of fast transfers within a certain layer of reliability. And so while both big and small businesses benefit from setting up ACH deposits, one thing for sure, if you were to go with ACH deposits, you want to use it for specific instances. For example, if you're paying bills or you are receiving payment from for your bills, like if you provide goods or services and you want to ask your customers to pay you, you can ask them, you can send them an ACH deposit form and they will fill it, or you can fill it and you send it to them and they will actually they'll pass it on to their bank. Okay. One thing for sure, ACH deposits are easy to manage, change, and create. ACH payments can easily be automatic and recurring, right? Especially the recurring aspect of things is really interesting too. I mean, can you imagine if you're doing something every 2 weeks, or you were expecting payments from a stakeholders every 2 weeks, or every month, or every whatever? You can really have that recurring thing set up, okay, once and for all. And ACH debit and credit is less expensive than other payment options. Okay, so this is really important, especially if you are trying to scale your business, or at least to scale your revenue generation machine, right? And if you want to do it in the long run, this is good to think about it that way. So if you think about and just to close to this conversation, you need to understand that an ACH deposit remains one of the safest payment methods. It is an electronic payment made through the automated clearinghouse network. Okay, and you have to understand that this is actually a secure, efficient, nationwide mechanism that banks and financial institutions, such as credit unions, use to move money between accounts. Okay, so this is kind of cool because you are doing things faster, and you're doing things in a more reliable way, because this type of deposit allows you to have a direct transfer of funds from one bank account to another without the need for checks, wire transfers, or cash exchanges. Okay, and you have to really understand that some people actually confuse the two terms ACH and direct deposits. There is a difference, okay, because the term ACH refers actually to the network and process used for electronic funds transfers. Okay, so when you hear ACH, that's the network, that's the process, that's the set of operations. Okay, that is behind the whole funds transfers. While direct deposits is a specific type of ACH transfer where funds are deposited directly into a recipient's bank account from an organization or employer. So you have this distinction there. Essentially, all direct deposits are ACH transactions, but not all ACH transactions are direct deposits. ACH can also include other types of electronic payments, such as bill payments and transfers between accounts. Okay, so this is important. And if you think about the ACH, or let's just say an ACH and a check, those are two different things, because a check is a physical document that authorizes the bank to pay a specific amount from the check writer's account to the person's, okay, to the person or entity named on the check. Processing a check can take several days, or even weeks, by the way, because if you're talking about different countries, this can take different weeks. And also, if you actually pay via check, you are actually the banks will require manual handling. In contrast, an ACH transfer is an electronic a transaction that moves the funds directly between banks without the need for paper checks, usually completing actually within a day. So this is really cool. So here's a quote into this conversation. I spoke to you about ACH deposits. I give you the overview. I give you the benefits, how to set up an ACH deposits. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.